Hey, it's Kaylee here and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to have you here today. So this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. This is her new one. So just as a quick disclaimer, I am going to be reviewing this product. It is not a first impressions. I have been wearing it this week, so I do have some thoughts, but I will not be directly comparing this one to her previous formula that was not luminous at all. It was just her Huda Beauty Full Filter Matte Foundation. I have actually never tried that product. I knew it wasn't going to be right up my alley, so kind of skipped over it. But when I saw this, it was supposed to be a more improved, better formula of her last one. And I believe she's actually discontinuing, or she already discontinued her original formula. So in the launch video, Huda shared that they did reformulate their original foundation. And some of the changes that they had were, this is supposed to be a little less matte, so a little bit more forgiving on the skin. It's also supposed to be fragrance free because a lot of people had an issue with the strong fragrance. And it's supposed to be just much better for your skin. I know a lot of people did claim that they broke out a lot, and it was probably from the heavy fragrance, honestly. So they improved it. This is supposed to still be very long wearing. It's supposed to be transfer proof, mask proof, but have like a luminous matte finish to the skin. So she states, I believe, that it's supposed to be more of like a satin. So not a drying matte, but also not a glowy, dewy, whatever product. So I had to try it, especially because I am a professional freelance makeup artist and it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing for my clients, especially for my bridal clients. So like I said, I have worn this foundation before and I do have a couple of thoughts. I'm gonna zoom in and let's get started. By the way, I think her packaging is so beautiful. I love this like gradient matte black. She's got a nice pump right here. Honestly, if I added this to my kit, I would not carry this around. I mean, in several shades, that would be a pain, a massive pain. So what I do with all my foundations, so pretty much all of my foundations, is I put them into smaller containers. All right, I have my Holy Grail It Cosmetics. Which brush is this? My It Cosmetics foundation brush. If I can find it, I will definitely link it. And then my beauty sponge from Shop Miss A. Now Huda, in her video, she uses 2 pumps to cover her face, but that's just 1 pump and that's a very solid amount. Now the way that I prefer this foundation is only using 1 pump on my skin. That's just how I prefer to use foundation in general. My personal style for makeup, both professionally and my personal makeup, is to use a more light coverage foundation on the skin and then spot conceal where I need to. I just feel like it's beautiful that way. Should I scoot in more? Let's scoot in more. So this is the side over here with our foundation, and this side does not have anything on it whatsoever. So as you can see, it definitely, so it definitely gave me a solid light coverage. Okay, this is completely natural light. So as you can see, I have just a tiny bit of acne, maskne scarring peeking through right here, but I think it looks beautiful. I would just go in with a tiny bit right here. It looks very beautiful on the skin. And I still have a ton of product right here. Like that was just one little dip. That's why I think 2 pumps is gonna be overkill. Okay, I'm gonna do my little sponge on this side. I find because it is so thick, it does take a little bit of work to blend out. Like it really just wants to stick to the spot. I still have a little bit on my hand right here. That was still just the 1 pump. Okay, I'm gonna get my mirror here. Just casually my mirror here. Just have a little, it dries down pretty quick, I feel like. Like, it's a very thick consistency. It was not going anywhere on the back of my hand. And then it did take a little bit of work and a little bit of speed to really pick up that spot and move it around the face. Again, which is why you want to have a smooth and hydrated skin, because I definitely see this foundation just like gripping wherever it is put, which is going to be a really good thing throughout the day. Just keep that in mind with our application. I'm just applying a tiny bit more where I need it down here on my lower jawline. I mean, you could, right here though, this is not, like, I still have it right here and I keep trying to pick it up. It's not going anywhere. Can you see I still have just a little bit that dried down right here? This is where I'd say having that damp beauty sponge would really help, because you can add a little bit of hydration and you're not going in with a buffing motion. You're just, the first day I did dot it kind of all over my face. No, it was, I had this issue like I'm getting right here and barely right here where it's just sitting and I'm having a hard time pulling it off. Now we're blended in, completely natural lighting. I mean, for a foundation that's very long wearing and does have matte in the name, hot dang, my skin looks amazing. Looks so good. Now, as with any foundation that is meant to be very long wearing and has matte in the name, blah, 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 blah. Any sort of texture, any dry patch, any peach fuzz, any acne, anything, it is going to cling to it. Now, right off the bat, and this is how I felt previously wearing this too, I don't see any sort of luminosity with this. I don't know where the luminosity is coming from. This does not look satin. This looks straight up matte on my skin. I think, of course, that would change if you had oily skin, but I do not see any sort of luminosity with this. Now, I will say that about an hour or so, I do start to see a little bit more luminosity come through, but absolutely not when I start. It doesn't look like the life is sucked out of my skin. I will say that as far as a matte foundation goes, but do not expect when you put this on that you're gonna be very glowy and very dewy just right off the bat. You're not. Even at the end of the day, I wasn't very radiant. But my skin did look good at the end of the day. All right, the rest of the makeup is done except for my, what's left of my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. This is a must for me. I have very dry and dehydrated skin and I live in the desert. So these types of products, again, I'm gonna say it again, I need to exfoliate, I need to hydrate before, during, after. That's the key to having a flawless makeup application. I could definitely see it start to look a little bit makeup-y on my chin area right here. That's where I seem to have just a little bit of breakouts, a little bit of dry skin right here on my chin area. So it was starting to look a little bit heavy. I mean, if you get really close, but I feel like, you know, just a couple feet away in pictures, on video, it's not gonna look bad at all. It's just when you do get up close, like really up close right here, that you can notice it. Now, having a hydrating spray to just mist on that, I'm waiting for it to be practically dry. I'm gonna dab in just a little bit with my sponge to kind of refresh it, just adding a little bit of that hydration back into the skin. So all in all, my thoughts on the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. Woo. I will definitely wear this again. I will wear it for photos. I will wear it maybe for some of my videos here when I need to branch out from tinted moisturizers. I think it's beautiful for events as well. When we start doing events again, I think it's going to be awesome in the summer when we need a little bit more of that budge proof under the hot summer sun. I'm very, very curious to try it then. I did bring some luminosity back to my skin with my hydrating spray and my Essence Pure Nude Highlight, just kind of dusted everywhere. I like that we do get a good glow on the skin, but we're going to get the longevity of the foundation being a little bit more budge proof. So I think that way you can get best of both worlds, pairing different products and whatnot. As far as application goes, I think you can get away with a brush or a sponge. Both of them look pretty identical on the skin. I will say that because I stamped some of the product in with my sponge, it kind of stuck right there. And so I got a ton of coverage just right here, and I was really trying to push and blend it out. So keep that in mind. It was a little bit quicker and easier to blend out with a brush because I put it on and it wasn't as much product, and I was able to blend it out versus the sponge. It was like pressed it right into the skin, and then it was like, oh no, it's right there, and it's gonna take a minute to blend out. Also, just another note that if you do plan to use cream products over it, just take your time, work in small sections, and just slowly dab in rather than going in and just like sloppily buffing. You're gonna get a much prettier finish if you don't disturb that foundation underneath. So for me, if I wanted to be quick and use cream products, I don't know that I would use this foundation in conjunction, first of all, but I think I would play around more with applying my cream contour and my cream bronzers underneath my foundation, and then a very small amount of product on top. But like I said, you totally can use cream products on top. Just go slow, work in small sections, and just be a little bit gentle with it so that it doesn't lift it up and mix it in and disturb it. It'll be prettier that way. As far as longevity goes, I think this foundation really does last all day. I was surprised at the end of the day. I didn't have, you know, it slipping and sliding, completely rubbing off. Now I did have just a little bit of wear and tear around my nose and over here, like on my jawline from wearing my mask. But I mean, that's to be expected. Even when they do claim that this is completely mask proof and transfer proof, I mean, you've got a product sitting there rubbing against your skin, you're breathing it, you know, it's just this whole thing. So I don't expect any product to be 100% perfect there. So just make sure that you touch up if you need to. Or you can just be lazy like me and not really care. Very curious to try this when it gets to be a little bit more warm. And if it passes the test there, then I'll probably get a few shades and put it in my kit. It combines my coverage and my matte and my long wear of my Estee Lauder double wear and my NARS soft matte, but then my Face Atelier, where it does look more beautiful on the skin and more forgiving, I think it kind of meets right here in the middle. Maybe like a little bit over here more so, where it still looks beautiful on the skin and it doesn't look chalky, it doesn't look heavy, but it still lasts. I really like this one, and I think I have some high hopes for it. Anyways, let me know, have you tried this foundation? What are your thoughts on it? Are you curious to try it? Tell me in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing. I would love to have you here. I am posting videos every single week, not only reviews and easy looks like I have done with my past videos, but I have some client applications, kit tours, like professional makeup artistry kit tours. And then I also filmed already the first of my series for getting started as a makeup artist. So I have a lot of really fun things coming this year, and I would love to have you here to see them. Anyways, I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kaylee, and I'm so excited to have you here today. Today, I'm going to be sharing a review with you of the new Huda Beauty Luminous Matte Foundation. I can't. Okay, but for real, I don't know if you could see my skin from that sheet mask is just like so glowy and plump and glass-like. It's just hydrated. Oh.